Hello there, World of Tankers, Untitled Blitz, and welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a very, very rare Tier 8 Chinese tank destroyer to find in the game, the WZ-111-G FT. Now, I absolutely love this vehicle. This is, in fact, a great tank, I say, for people to play in ratings if you are a free-to-play player, and there's a lot of reasons going for that. First of all, it has decent armor. It's based on the WZ-111 chassis. Not only does it have decent armor, but the gun on this vehicle is fantastic. This is pretty much the same type of gun you would find on your WZ-111-5A. It has 257mm of standard pen, and the premium is 358, which pretty much means that, yeah, you're going to be buttering through literally any Tier 8 opponents, Tier 9 opponents. Even if you were going up against Tier 10s, you would still be buttering right through their armor, and it's got good damage per minute at 2500. The reload, not too bad at 10 seconds, and the just everything going for this tank is pretty dang solid. Dispersion, 0.308. Aiming time, 3.4 seconds. So the gun on this vehicle is great. Now, I will say the mobility, it's a little bit iffy. It goes about 35 kilometers per hour, and that's, of course, because it's built on a heavy tank chassis, as it says in the title, a WZ-111 hull. So it's got a little bit less armor than the 111, but it still does bounce the occasional shell. It's about 220mm effective, and it is a pretty dang fun tank to ride, and I think camos look really dang nice on it. So I'm actually going to be pushing this tank quite aggressive. It's got 6 degrees of gun depression. It's not a crazy amount, but of course this is a very low down vehicle, so 6 degrees isn't really an awful amount either. I think it's just enough to be able to work some ridge lines where 5 degrees, yeah, good luck working any ridge lines. But you're going to see that the mobility isn't really too bad. You're actually able to get up to 35 kilometers per hour quite quickly, and when you're up to that top speed, it doesn't really slow down that much because it's actually got a decent power to weight ratio. So of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, and maybe I convinced some of you to go down this line, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. Helps out the channel a crazy amount. But without further ado, let's continue into this gameplay here. So I've actually gone over the T-34-2 GFT. Now I'm going over the 111. I have done the 111 GFT, the Tier 9, and as well I've done the 113. So I've literally reviewed every single tank in the entire line, and I've not said one really bad thing about any of the vehicles, because I actually think they're all solid tanks. I just feel that, sadly, not really a lot of people want to discover the tanks because the Russian vehicles, I guess, get a lot more love. But there you go. Nice little snap right into that Yag Tiger for 480 damage, and that's what this vehicle is able to do. It just gets beautiful snaps, so you really don't even need to worry about that aiming time. You can see that that gun is almost fully aimed in every single time. I wish my Badger had this much accuracy, but here we go. Just going to wait quite calmly. We got the KV-13 right out in the open, and a nice little tap right into the frontal armor. I doubt that that KV-13 can even penetrate me, to be honest, so I'm just going to rush the guy. Now, the KV-13 probably can pen my lower plate, but the upper plate on this tank is pretty dang solid, so I'm just going to pull around here. Let's see. There you go. There's the bounce, and let's put on our adrenaline. So this is where the tank just does a really solid job. So again, even bouncing premium shells right on my tank, and yeah, this poor KV-13. Oh, what the heck? I see how it is. Okay, we're going to turn our vehicle here. Let's not try and get that bad luck anymore, but you know what? Let's get a nice HE right up the butt of the track if we can. There we go. You know what? This is a little bit of sketchiness right now. I don't like Draculas, as we all know. And I don't want that Drac to get behind me, but here we go. Wedging him off me, and now let's turn the tank, and Dracula taken out. So it does have decent mobility, as you can see. It's not the most. As I said, it is based on a heavy tank chassis, so it's not really the most of agile vehicles, but I was still able to scrape that, not the Yag. I'm getting all these tanks confused very early in the morning for me today, but I was able to scrape that guy right off my bootay, and now we've got the RHM right out in the open. Let's get a nice tap right into you. I was thinking about shooting a HE shell, but I was like, nah, we don't really need HE. The guy's not got a lot of HP as it is in the first place. Now, looking at a tank like this AT-15, first of all, you can see he's just bouncing shell after shell on my tank, and nice little tap right through the frontal armor. Again, this tank has got a fantastic gun on the penetration values, and this AT pretty much has to non-stop fire premium rounds to be able to damage me. We're going to pull out, once again, we'll load a premium shell, and yeah, remember I said it butters pretty much through any armor. It literally does. Like, armor is no longer a factor when I load premium. So, here we go. Let's pull out, and this poor AT is not really going to be standing much of a chance. So there you go. That was a pretty average game to show how solid this vehicle is. About 3,700 average damage there. And I actually got a ram there too. So 4,000 damage in a very simple game. And that shows really a lot of the good things about this vehicle. The gun is fantastic. It's kind of like a Scorpion G, but on a much more armored chassis. And of course, that is a major advantage in some scenarios where that KV-13 couldn't pen me. That Dracula was struggling to pen me. There's a lot of scenarios where having armor is way better than having mobility. especially when you think of it like an IS-4, although I kind of guess the IS-4 has everything going for it. That's one of the things that's so annoying about the tier 10 meta right now. But this tank, I actually really like everything about it. There's nothing I can really complain about. I guess other than the hit points, it really doesn't have a crazy amount, especially for being built on a heavy tank chassis. You'd think maybe it has about 1400, kind of like the T-28 Defender, but yeah, it's not really sitting at the most hit points. So again, looking at vehicles, there's no issues with penetration. That's one of the nice things about grinding down tank destroyer lines, is you don't have to worry about penetrating your enemy opponents. Literally, it just butters right through them. So that's one nice thing about tank destroyers always, is the guns are great. Even the stock gun on this vehicle is pretty dang good. But ignoring that, let's see what we're up against here. So we got the IS-8, Action 10. I actually think I can penetrate through the Action 10's turret with no issues whatsoever. We have the 047, not really a threat. The 49s, though, those will be quite a bit of a griefins. Just because, of course, they can get behind me. This tank is kind of like the ISU, where, yeah, it's got decent armor, but if you get the butt of it, oh boy, it's going to hurt quite a bit. And they also have the Hori, and that's a tank I don't really want to play with. As we know, Horis are, they're quite deadly, but as you can see, nice little shot into the poor 49 there. He did take off a little bit off us, but you know what? I'll take that trade all day, every day, dealing 600 damage to that poor T-49. So we have the IS-8 here, and let's aim a shot perfectly right through the turret. Again, that gun is just fantastic on the penetration. So yeah, I can just butter right through again an IS-8's turret without any hesitance whatsoever. Again, this IS-8's turret's turned to the side, and another nice tap. A little bit of a low roll, but yeah, we've already taken off about a third of that guy's HP, so not going too well for him. Let's see if we can get even another shell maybe in. We got the 047 who, just is able to snip past us there. So what else do we have? Well, we got the Action 10, this IS-3 Defender. Got a nice little snap into use. So let's see if we can get a pen right in the roof. There we go, 575. And you know what? This is going to hurt, but it's not going to be the end of the planet because I've got, of course, my IS-3 Defender here. This guy just really wants to shoot me, it would seem. But again, just buttering right through that upper plate turret armor. That's the thing about this gun, again, is it's just stupid penetration. Like, really, armor is no longer a variable when using this tank. And there you go, penetrating right through you, and we're able to back up just quickly enough, already sitting at 3,000 damage. So you can kind of see why I say this tank is so solid at that. IS-8 again, turning his turret to the side. Nice tap once again, finishing another just easy tap right into him. We got the 49 off to the side, which I, of course, would love to get a nice little HE into here. So I'm not sure if this 49 is going to be doing this. I doubt it, actually. So we've got the Hori off to the back here, and the 49, he's dealing with the Conway. So let's see if we can at least get one nice shot into the Hori here. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to right now. Which is kind of a bummer, but you know what? We got the 49 right here, and let's see if this 49 is just going to peek his turret, which he does, and a beautiful HE. Sadly, we weren't able to save our teammate, but again, that was another 4,000 damage battle. So that was 2 games in a row, and those were only second classes, where you can see I did 4,000 buckaroos, and that's pretty dang impressive. You can see that this is a spectacular vehicle. The penetration was easily enough to butter right through the upper part of the Action 10's turret. Armor is not an issue, as I said. If I had the low premium, I literally could penetrate through the upper plate of anything in the game. So, yeah, I actually love this tank, and I don't play it enough. I really should pull it out more, but as I said, this is a spectacular vehicle to currently grind in Blitz. And not only that, but you can be running these special consumables on it. You can run the HP reactive armor. You can run the reticle calibration. You can run a bunch of stuff. I don't run it because I actually like running the tanks as if they were stock standard. It doesn't even need it to do well, as you can see. So yeah, it's an extremely solid tank. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But if you haven't ground down the 113 line, I would definitely suggest you do so because I absolutely love it. But other than that, hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.